Green flag is out. Pretty good restart by both guys on the outside and the inside, pretty even. It looks like the 21 might have a slight advantage over Tyler the Demon on the outside. He's going to have a little bit of pushing help. That's always something you want here, these intermediate tracks, to get the car up to speed. Everyone looking relatively clean so far as they go down the back straightaway. Up front, still the 21 is side by side with the 06 Tyler Burden. Zach Howell, we saw him finish third at the Daytona 500. He's a heck of a pusher. He had a great race there. First race back since the Daytona 500. He's going to move into second, while JT Poole will lead the first lap.
JT Poole
oh, a little bit of
check it out there. A little passion. And he hit that wall hard.
Big crash behind him. What happened there?
Tyler Burden looks like may have gotten loose there.
I don't know if he got loose. I wonder if it almost looked as if he could have had a net coat issue.
Yeah.
I mean, he got hit quite hard, or his car reacted quite violently very quickly, and that's unfortunate. That's just the second lap, and there's no quick repairs this week. That might be the end of the road for him. Let's see the replay. So as they go into turn number 1, I don't know if he got loose. He gets hit with the 23 right there and pounds the wall, takes out at least one or two. Oh, Steve Neal got big damage there. He tried to get to the apron. Look at Nathan Maurer coming to an almost complete stop. Or did come to a complete stop to avoid that incident. Not sure exactly what happened there. It just looked like maybe neck coat, or maybe he just got loose going into the corner a little too deep. That is probably going to be the rest of his day. And he took out another first-time racer in TJ Lewis. So that is a very unfortunate way to start the race. Two of our first-timers are going to pretty much be done, it looks like, after that. This view is the Stephen Mioch's view. What do you think he's going through his head? You see that 06. I can't tell if it's net coat. It was so far away from another car to be net coat. He might have just gotten loose and nowhere to go.
Yeah.
At all for the 95.
Going that fast, I just don't think I don't think you can react quick enough in some of those situations.
Here's something that's very interesting. If you have too many quick cautions in a row, we do single file restarts. And the 21 got a huge jump right there. Huge jump for the 21. Behind him, the 85 and the 64. Everyone's in a straight line, and the reason we do that is to keep the action from getting too wild. We'd rather just kind of keep the action on the racetrack and then on pit lane and up front. That's going to give a big advantage to JT Poole and lead more laps, and so far led everyone through 5.
Yes. Actually, Zach Howell is actually catching. So we'll see what goes on after this lap, but they're starting to tighten it up.
Yeah, we got a big jump, and with this package, they start to kind of bunch back up. They'll kind of rubber band. We'll watch them rubber band throughout the entire race. You get a good overhead view right there. Howell starting to close in the gap. Most drivers just ran their fastest lap, with Cogswell actually running the fastest lap out of anyone so far. And that's just it. We didn't have that many green flag laps, so no one's gotten a chance to run their fastest, and everyone's going to run their fastest again right here. As the 21 just ran a 29.3, right behind him, 29.2 by Howell. He's catching up to him. He's only about a tenth of a second back, but he's got no help behind and trying to pass him. To block, 85 is going to cross him over, down into turn number 3. 85 is going to have the preferred line. Poole trying to side draft a little bit. Right on the edge of his corner. He gave him the line right there. Oh, Poole gets loose. Yeah, you can see that Poole checked up for him. He didn't want to create that issue on the first few laps. Proper decision, respectful decision by Poole. He did a great job of saving that thing. He went right through the grass.
Yeah, he did. That could have, definitely could have spun in. Could have been ugly.
They pulled right up on him.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, he almost had him there. Side by side. These guys have been racing very, very well, and yet they're still pulling away from John Mullen. So, good start. Poole, I think, a little bit looser than Howell on the bottom. Lewis is usually fast. I think it's going to be to his benefit. Howell giving him plenty of space. This has been great racing for the lead right now. Realistically, the only battle on track until you go back to about, I think it's about 6th through 10th is close, and it looks like Poole's going to have it right there. And Poole is going to lead that lap. I think these guys are just planning on swapping them between each other. You're right there, John. Mullins picked up the pace a little bit last time by. This is the closest he's been since the restart, realistically, to these two leaders. But so far, since that first lap or second lap incident, these three have continued to be your top three. How about a quick shout out to the number 5 car of Mikey Bryant? How about his run? Up 14 positions. He started in dead last in this race, and he's up to 4th place already.
Pretty cool about that. It doesn't always matter where you qualify.
He got his lines, and here comes the 21 car, trying to make his way into pit lane. Slides, hits the cone. That might be a penalty. Yeah, he may have a commitment line penalty, as here goes Antonio by him. And Antonio will lead that lap. That is a lap led for Christian Antonio. He led it at the line. He gets the bonus point for it no matter what. First car to come in. We have another car in pit lane. Well, who's in my spot here? Looks like the 5 of Mikey Bryant has finally brought it in, as did the 97 of Maurer. Here comes the 23 of Travis White. So it looks like everyone's making their scheduled pit stops here on lap 40. And Antonio stays out. He could have put pretty much everyone a lap down. JT Poole's still in pit lane. He may be serving his penalty. If there was one to be served, the 97's out. Poole is still in the pit lane. So any word on what happened to Poole? He's still sitting there. He really might have had a long-term penalty there.
There's no word yet that getting
We just want to see what happens when he comes in, because we have an incident. The 54 car is loose. He hit the wall? He pancakes the wall hard.
Oh my!
No caution.
Thank you, 54, for keeping that off of me, bud.
And Winecuff, second
Yeah,
incident.
I knew you were there, so I was like, shit, gotta stay out there.
I know the 54's replay, but right as I was trying to find it, the 5 got loose up into the wall.
I knew it was close to him.
And
I appreciate you keeping it off of me.
Yep. He got really loose, pancakes the wall. That's unfortunate, because like you had said, Mikey Bryant had done such a good job up to that point. That is, I believe, the second time he was spun.
You guys out.
So here comes your leader, Christian Antonio, who had stayed out all the way to lap 50. And how about Cogswell? Cogswell stayed out as well. So Nathan Maurer is the first car 1 lap down. All of the guys, your top 5, have yet to pit. So you look at David Visser, he was all the way back in, 15th or 16th. Jonathan Cogswell was outside of the top 10, and Mooney was obviously behind Cogswell. All of those guys are outside of the top 10 except for Curtis, who was just trying to pretty much survive and figured his best shot was to stay out. Those guys are going to be your top 5.
And Christian Antonio is now out, as well as the number 27 in Cogswell.
So we will be right back. Christian Antonio, your leader. Cogswell currently running second. He's currently second in points. Sitting second in this race right now, looking for a great point save for Cogswell. We'll be right back. Is in. The 24 Antonio is going to have his first shot to make a restart. He gets a great jump outside lane. They have kind of had a moment there with Visser. Up front, Antonio is going to have a good advantage over the 27 of Cogswell. And those guys who stayed out on those very old tires get the payoff of being in great track position. There's everyone going by. Visser announces he just hold the bottom along with Steve Neal. Those guys are going to get out of the way of everyone else because they have the damage. Up front, though, Cogswell got a little loose on the outside. He's starting to slip back. His car looks like it comes in later into the run. Earlier into the run, it looks like some of those other guys, like Maurer, they're starting to move their way up. How about Mooney? Had a 3rd place last week, currently running second. He's trying to chase down that 24. The 24 looks strong, though. Fighting.
Yeah, they are. 27.
Oh, big moment with the 64 car. Boy, what a great run with the 64. He's actually a couple laps down. He's trying to get his laps back. He's going to pass the 97 and everyone else. 97. He's in third place rather, and now he's going to move to second place. He's trying to catch the leaders. The 64 is trying to get his lap back. 97 is going to cross underneath. He's going to get the spot. And look at that. They caught up to that 24 car early in the run. I think this 24 is not as fast. Racetrack. Oh, we have a spin in the back. Spin in the back. Caution is out.
That's why I was racing you so hard.
And the 64 had a moment. Let's see who else got involved. That looks like the 33, the 23, and the 88. Oh, man. Only Royal Simsport cars seem to have been involved. And that was all three of them. We're going to be right back. Let's see what that caution was. Here we are. This is the replay of the caution.
Caution and has determined it was a race. No penalties will be issued.
27 comes down. Oh, the 23 slides up into his teammate. They were 3 wide. The 9 avoids everyone. Oh, and the 23. Oh, the 33 didn't know where to go. That's so unfortunate. That's almost unfair. The 23 just. The 33 didn't know where to go. Probably could have locked it up there, and maybe was telling his teammate, "Hey, just hold your line, just hold the brake," and then piled in there. I'm not sure who's going to get the most damage. It looks like the 23 is able to drive on. That was it. Let's see that one. This is it again. Now here's the 23. Yeah, I think he thought that he was going to be clear, or maybe his teammate would give him that all clear. The 27. I don't want to say forced the issue.
Got the lucky dog.
Yeah, the 33 just got so close to him there. That's unfortunate. What happens here at the line? It'll be very interesting to see what happens with this guy with older tires. It's a pretty good start. It looks like he had the best restart. 97 may have actually been the one who spun his tires on the outside. And there comes Antonio. So I think we all kind of agree Antonio does not have the best short run car. But with that 45 not having tires, I think Antonio is going to be the first car to get past him. He's got him on the outside.
It's neck and neck right now. Antonio's got really close. Oh.
Antonio's loose. Oh, he got up to the wall.
Nice
97. What a run by that 24. Christian Antonio really making some moves for that number 99. He goes deep into the corner there. Now the 97 is going to be the favorite car to lead the lap. And everyone had a question about the 45. Hey, didn't you pit? You think that's a good idea? I think it's a good idea so far. He's currently led some laps out here.
Now we have Mauer trying to take over first place. Now Mauer has taken over.
And you can just see that's Mauer strong is best on the short run. Antonio had a hard time. He's trying to get past the 45. He's still having a hard time doing it. And if he's able to do it,
racing it still down a lap.
yeah, and the 64, like we saw him before, I think it's the first car a lap down. I'm not really sure how. Oh, the 24 got loose again. Looks like we're going to have 3 wide racing going into turn number 3. The 21 backs out of it a little bit. The 45 and the 24 are just so loose on the lead. Oh, that 21 slides up again. This has been very exciting back and forth racing. Here comes Zach Howell.
That 45 digit, Derek Curtis got loose again a little bit and almost just hit him. Is inside him. There's going to be.
Oh, he's got to move. 21's on the apron. He's going to lose it. He spins it. He's not going to hit anything.
Man, it's yellow.
Caution's out.
Time, my gosh.
Caution is out, and what a move by JT Poole. Doesn't hit anything.
That's amazing.
Listen, 21. I think he was so close behind the 77, he didn't realize where the apron was. He clips the apron, trying to get underneath the 77, the same move that we saw the 27 do, and he doesn't hit a thing, just does a perfect job locking it down. We will be right back to the broadcast. When we are back, we're going to restart around lap 77, so we're a little bit past halfway at this point. We still have 14 cars on track out of the original 18 who started this race. 24. Oh, he gets loose. The 24 is going to save it. No, he's going to tap the wall pretty good. Let's see if there's any caution. No caution yet. 24 car way in the back now. We said that terrible short run speed, way too loose, still on track. 24 car from second, leading laps, dominating the show so far to... He's got some pretty significant damage. He's putzing it back around. Up front, There's Nathan Maurer. So there's the 24. He's just getting to the start-finish line right now. And your leader is already into 3 and 4. How about the 64, John Mullins in the Canterbury car? He's moving himself into second place over Derek Curtis, who's having himself a great first run in this series. And Zach Neal, who's still 2 laps down. He's the first car 2 laps down, and one of the only cars at speed who's more than a lap down. He should hopefully get his laps back here as this race goes on. He's moving himself into what would be 4th if he was on the lead lap. Kyle Adcock currently sitting 4th. We said he's been our favorite sleeper drivers. Ooh, a little bit of contact maybe from the 77. 45's up into the wall, scrapes the wall. Great save from the 45. Laps down. He's looking to take the lead within 20 laps of being 2 laps down. That shows the speed of the good car.
And I believe he is.
And at the stripe, the 64. Yes, he did. 1/100th of a second. He leads that lap. The 97 slides up. He's going to get the space of the 77. Maybe the 77 has the fastest short run speed. Look, he just blew past, what, 4 or 5 cars to catch the leader, and now he's going to take one of his laps back. So just like the 64 race for his laps back, the 77 is going to go race for his laps back against the 64. So it comes full circle here.
Yeah, it does. And you can even see Nathan is trying to get over right now on trying to pass Neal. Neal's not really giving him anywhere to pass him on.
And you may remember, those guys are teammates, but the 77 made a last-second pass in the Daytona 500 on lap 200. He passed his teammate for the lead and the win, led only 1 lap. He's going to get maybe a little bit of help from his teammate. Oh, he's going to touch the apron. He's loose. 97 slides up the track. What a save from Neal. And Adcock has to make a save. He makes a desperation move, as I think the 97 got tight trying to avoid his teammate. Those guys will lose some good ground on the 64. The 21 car blinked. It looked like he is extremely fast. Look, he did that apron move again. He cuts the apron 3 wide down the back straightaway.
And
So can we answer the question, who's got the fastest short run speed? I've seen 4 or 5 cars who think
Neal just got blown away by 2 guys going
I can't.
now over John Mullen.
Unbelievable. And I want to point something out to you. JT Poole has 10 lap older tires.
That's crazy.
That is just how fast he is, but John Mullins goes and gets it right back. JT Poole will not lead this lap. This is John Mullins' race to lead. That's what he's thinking right now. He's going to lead that lap this time by. They're approaching the 18 of Mooney, and Mooney kind of runs a middle line. Oh, he got out of the way. I don't think he saw that.
Go ahead, I'm not going to pass.
No,
I
I think Mooney did not expect him to catch him so quickly.
Because you could see immediately when he saw him, he pulled right over.
Yep, you saw it. He moved over when they got there. I just don't know if he realized they were there so quickly. Not really anyone's fault right there. And you heard Poole on the radio say, "Hey, I'm not going to make a move on you." I think that lap car wasn't paying attention. So Poole, given the respect of his driver, but now he's going right back after him. He says, "All right, well, I gave you the respect last time. Look, he's going to go try to get the draft off the 5. Make a run at the 64. These first 3 place cars now, here's what's going to happen. The 21 car's got 10 lap older tires. He might get a run to pass the 64, but I don't know if his tires will last as this run goes on, if it goes on, and how long it goes on. But the 21 car can short pit, does not get a caution. He could be very, very far up front, and if he is able to survive on the same set of tires with everyone else, I think he'll be just fine. We'll have to see how this strategy ends at the end of the race, but your top 3 running within 0.2 of a second of each other last time by, and this time by they're running just as close as ever before. Only 3/100ths and 2/10 separate your top 3, and the 21 at Poole takes back the lead. Self-spun did not get a caution. He's currently fighting to stay on the lead lap. Last car on the lead lap, as I believe we have our first car making their final pit stop of the race.
Yes, that's what it actually looks like.
There he is.
I have another thing that I'm wondering. Who did you say only paid for 1 race? Who was that again?
That was unfortunately TJ Lewis, who he did come back onto the track, and hopefully that's a sign that we'll see him again, but he paid the $5 to be in tonight's race. Didn't have a terrible showing, considering he started in 6th place, but got that damage early, as Mullins finishes his pit stop. Michael, I think that's his final pit stop of the race. I think he can make it from here.
Okay, yeah, that would be pretty good for him because, you know, I really am intrigued with Mullins in this race. He's doing very well. He is in 7th place right now. But, I don't know, I really liked him this entire race so far.
Yeah, so have I. He's just shown great speed, especially short bursts. So if we get a green-white checkered or something, if we get a green-white checkered, my money's on the 64. If this thing stays green to the end, my money's on JT Poole. And if we have a 5-lap run versus an only 2-lap run to the end, my money's on the 97. I mean, that's just how these guys have been set up for this race.
Yeah.
And if the 24 car didn't self-spin trying to keep up the pace on the short run, I think after, with this type of a run, I think the 24 car realistically could have won this race. Of course, he got loose off of turn 2 and pancaked the wall, so that kind of ruined his shot. But before that point, this is the type of run that probably would have suited him best. So we had 4 guys who were the best drivers at certain intervals, and it's really created a complex race here tonight. And it's what you gotta love to see as a racing fan. Poole just announced he's coming in this time. Poole's just announced he's coming in this time. So he's going to try to slow down. Remember the last time he came into the pits, he got so loose, he ended up missing the commitment cone and had a speeding penalty. Served them both at the same time. Ooh, he may have been a little fast there. We'll see. Do you think he was too fast entering pit lane? That was close.
Too fast. He looked too fast to me.
We'll see. It's all about where that line starts. There's a line that they start recording where the car is.
95. And that line, he looked to be at about 47 miles per hour.
That's pretty good then. I think he was within the threshold. Remember, it's not based entirely on speed. It's actually partially based on time through the zone. So you can actually speed and then slam the brakes to keep yourself from going over that threshold. Clean pit stop for that 21. He's right back on track. And there's the 64 car. That 64 car just passed him for position. So we said, what's the advantage for pitting early? The 64 car just showed it. He just passed him. That's your battle for the lead between the 64 and 21 car. And look how big of a gap that is. That 21 car is going to have to make up a ton of space to that 64. And if that 97 can't make it to the end, he's going to be well behind that 64 car when this race is all said and done.
Yeah.
After a hat over the 21, the 21 just ran a 29 flat, 29.066. But the real battle is for the lead. 2 guys are both trying to make it to the end. They're racing each other hard. They're forcing each other to use more and more fuel. The 27, he is going to take the lead. Jonathan Cogswell will take the lead over the 97 of Nathan Maurer. We saw the 27 run very, very late into a run, about I think it was about 50 laps he ran at the beginning of this race before he pitted. And can he make it on fuel? Cogswell, he's slow. Is he slow?
He did. Nope, he's going. I thought he had that there for a second. I thought he was
putzing too. So can he hold on to it? We're almost here to the end. Coming out of turn number 4, Jonathan Cogswell.
Jonathan Cogswell has won.
Jonathan Cogswell does it. His first win. He's finished in the top 5.
Coming to the child.
He's finished in the top 5 3 times in a row to start this series. An unbelievable race is the 21. Oh, he spins it and pounds the wall after finishing 4th.
What matters is that you got here.
What a great race. JT Poole put on a great show. A lot of respect for Poole. But Kyle Adcock, Nathan Bauer finishes second again, and Jonathan Cogswell wins it. I cannot
if you did, however, obviously there's the penalty form in Discord.
Believe the job Jonathan Cogswell did. Unbelievable.
Yes, that was very crazy. Good for him.
I mean, what a run for Cogswell tonight. He ran the fuel strategy earlier and got himself in the top 5, never really left the top 5, and he wasn't the fastest guy. The fastest guy did not win tonight. The smartest guy did.
Awesome.
Because spin again. Multiple cars again. Got a shot from the 23. Who